candle setting numbers in the hood, do what I say do. Tell break bread, a fake dead, a bit to hate that. 50 million, you died to make that middle. You vote for Trump, you see me outside, well, you know what's up. I ain't hearing no peace talk, ain't funny, no hee-haw. Like a Black Panther week to the teeth, try me weak. Swear to God, I could have been Freddie Gray. Or Mike Brown getting down with a on me and a half a blaming by Sandra Bland. Listen, boy, you're challenging with the running man. I was challenging with a hand. What you see before you, what they told you from nothing, man. Grand hustle over everything. And hit the king like an 18-wheeler in and out of air lane. Never been a part of the AN crowd. Got a problem with me, I said, yeah.
We are at the oldest continually operating stadium in the NFL as you get a look inside Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New York Jets and the Green Bay Packers. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9?
Let's go, come on.
The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Second and 6, just inside the 30. On second down, here's Rodgers. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. This defense looking for an early stop. This is third down and 6. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Trying to lay one. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. They've got good starting field position as they come up here first and 10. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Detroit! Detroit! Gone! 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 Gone!
Throwing on first down. Davenport, nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Looking to throw. Davenport. Incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Davenport. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant, and his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
That's fine. Yeah.
Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. That's caught out left by Perriman. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
The last catch took him 2 yards in the wrong direction, so now what can they do on 3rd? Shotgun now for Rodgers. Looking for Perriman, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jones. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. To throw on 2nd down, Davenport. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
On 1st and 10, Davenport. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Nice job there finding room to maneuver, and he worked his way into another 1st down. And look, they had great field position to start, but boy, they've done a nice job taking advantage of it.
Now they're just hoping to cap it off. A first red zone opportunity now for the Packers. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. From the gun, Davenport. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. It leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
From the gun on 3rd down. Davenport. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Yeah, good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Now, defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Kick the field goal, and yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Now the Jets offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him, but whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. Flushed out right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. On play action. Now Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play-action sack. And he'll take it on this side of midfield. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. And getting our first update now from Nashville. And it's the Cowboys that have moved down to an early advantage. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. On on first down. Davenport. Flush to his, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Damon Harrison with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter about to get underway with the Packers in possession of the football, but they face a second and long to start things out. Off-play action. Davenport going up top. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Coleman. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Credit the tackle there to Uchenna Nwosu.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Here's Coleman. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Bell. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down. Here's Coleman on the toss. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Coleman, and that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
The Jets on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd down and 12. Throwing now is Rodgers. Uncorks one for Davis. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls when you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I remember
I was going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Davenport. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. They give him a gain of 38.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
We got 3. 3 down. 3 down. Hey, fellas, we got 3. Let's go. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
To throw on 2nd down. Davenport. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. The Packers on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. Off the play fake. Davenport. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit.
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. As his guys are in for 6. And the Packers add on to their lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Here's Corey Grant now to return. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. New York set to take the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Coleman now. And he powers his way up past the 30. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Over.
They'll toss it to Coleman. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. The tackle will be credited to Jake Ryan.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The Jets on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Now Rodgers. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. And now the Packers get set to go. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Throwing on first down. Davenport. It's caught over the middle. Hooper. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Rashard Robinson with a pick. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Drops it off for Coleman. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Hey, check 26.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Rodgers now on first down. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the left hash, this from 39. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So we're at halftime here at Lambeau with the Packers taking the lead to the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show him one thing, hit him with something else.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Following the penalty, it's Williams. And this will go for 5 up to the 33.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner, but where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
Detroit! Detroit!
Looking to throw on second down. Davenport. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack.
We are seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely. Going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
No. Check. Patriot! Patriot! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Give them 35 yards there on the 3rd down conversion. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Leopard! Watching it.
They'll hand it off now. Williams. And he showcases the spin. A pretty good game before he's taken down. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Leopard! Leopard! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 1st and 10, Davenport, throw left side complete. That's Todd. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Well, they obviously red man covers their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that, Burt?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Detroit! Detroit!
To throw on 2nd down. Davenport flushed out right. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
The Packers on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Now a pitch out to Williams. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle.
Well, close game, second half. You obviously hate to leave 3 out on the field.
Especially in a game like this when you know points are hard to come by. That was one of their best opportunities so far, and they come away with nothing.
This is Coleman. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Bell. 23 yards on the play.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Hey, 626.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. He's going to launch this thing way downfield and nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's second down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. And on the ground they go with a running back. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Now Rodgers, and that is incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. Now, they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long. Operating from the gun, Davenport. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Logan. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. The Packers on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. Here it's 3rd and 3. From the gun, Davenport. Throwing right, and that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Davenport. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Back now at Lambeau. It's Packer football here as they've got the lead as well to begin the 4th quarter. So in jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43.
Watch him now, Barney!
On the ground, this is Williams. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Detroit! Detroit!
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Davenport. And his throw is incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
The Packers on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Davenport. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. This quarterback now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Looking to throw. Davenport. Throw left side complete. That's Frank. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
On 2nd down, Williams. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Micah Kaiser was in on the tackle.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Back to throw. Davenport.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Here we go with Williams. And he will have a 1st down at about the 21-yard line. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th.
Oh, he's not going to get it by much, but on 4th and 1, all you're worried about is moving the sticks. And here he's able to fight his way forward for a couple of yards, and that's all he needed.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They stick to the ground game on 1st down. It's Williams. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. To throw on 2nd down. Davenport escaping the pressure right. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end. Complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
I think this one comes under the heading of sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules because you and I both know coaches go crazy seeing their quarterbacks roll out, in this case to the right side, and try and throw back into the middle of the field. He got away with one there.
Looking to throw. Davenport. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. On 1st down, Rodgers. That's complete over the middle to Anderson. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 23 yards on the play.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Rodgers now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Working from the gun. Rodgers hauled in by Anderson left side. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. And they'll run it here. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Now Rodgers looking to throw on 2nd down. That is caught at the 7. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another 1st. He's been quiet all afternoon. He may have just come up with a play of the day right there, though.
Obviously, it's not the volume in which you get done. It's the quality, and that was a quality catch right there.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Tevin Coleman, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jets are an extra point away from tying this thing up. The extra point, a vital one, and he gets it to go. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. Isaiah McKenzie now on the return. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5.
Detroit! Detroit!
Back to throw. Davenport. And he's going to drop this off to Williams. Complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. On 1st down, Davenport. Flush to his right. It's caught on the right side, Williams. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard. Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. With 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. On 1st down, Baker. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. They'll run it with Williams. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Packers. A great effort there with time running out. And the Packers have moved out in front.
And that score in this time frame, that's like a big reveal at the end of a great movie, isn't it? Out of nowhere, almost, it appears. They get it done. How about that score?
The finishes like this is why we love sports. This is why we love the game of football.
So glad that we got to be here to watch this one.
Here's the Jet offense now. They head out to take over. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short in the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Packers, the win here means it'll be a 7-1 first half of the season. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they fall 2 games under 500 now at 3-5. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Heinz Field to take on the Steelers. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.